Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So she's a Nigerian actor, kiddies show producer, and host. She's best known for her numerous children's TV productions because of her intense passion for children. And she's become a household name. Welcome with us, Yinka Olukunga, probably known as Nnenna.
Hey, you're so beautiful.
You can join the conversation on 070-806-68014. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweet. So Nnenna, you heard what we were talking about earlier. This is like Jumoke and her baby daddy. Now,
Okay.
in your situation, in your view actually, do you think women would actually naturally fall out of love with somebody they're not necessarily married to and who is on a different financial cater as they are? Because obviously she's doing better now compared to where they were coming from. And now, looking back, if you put yourself in her shoes, I want somebody to put themselves in her shoes. What would you do and how would you manage that situation?
Okay, so I'm married now. So my name now is Yinka Olukunga-Ademo. Okay, so being a married woman, I think if I were to be in Olajumoke's shoes, it's not going to be an easy one for her because when stardom comes, it comes with a whole lot of things. And if you're not careful, it tends to turn your head towards failure. Now, I'm not saying she's doing the wrong thing. I'm just saying that if I were to be in her shoes, I would probably try and be a little diplomatic about it. I'm Yoruba, and they say that your husband is the head of the house. Now, what makes a beautiful woman or what makes you beautiful is how well you're able to manage your home front as well as your career. Being married doesn't mean you have to stop your career. And then chasing after your career doesn't mean you need to let that part suffer. So I think your ability to blend both is what makes you beautiful.
But the beautiful thing, or the joker, not the beautiful, the joker here is that they're not really married. He's a staying dad, he's a baby daddy. So he still has an outlet.
I think you forget the fact that the man and Jumoke were not married, were not living together even before the fame came in.
He wasn't in Lagos, she was in Lagos and
for
he
her
was
to be living with her mother with the 2 kids. And the guy, because I remember that when T.Y. Bello connected with Jumoke, they had to start looking for the boyfriend, the baby daddy elsewhere. So don't you think there's an undertone in that arrangement?
So why
in the first place?
So is the Nigerian factor or not, or the Yoruba factor? That you don't want to tell the Makwe, Oga, out of my house. You want to do the humble
if the guy
girl.
was never in the picture before the fame, why bring him into the picture?
Because it was
Number one,
just
the father of the children, and we believe in keeping the family together.
That's the Yoruba
So
factor.
here is the challenge. Many people manage what should not be managed.
Exactly.
And in managing what not managed, you will get a bad name, whichever way it works out. So
And
don't
it is the woman that her head will be.
Yes, so at the end of the day,
because all of us now are saying, my opinion is that Jumoke should be humble. For you to keep your home, you should calm down as much as possible. And that's my stand, that for marriage to work, somebody needs to make the sacrifice. And in most cases, it's the woman. And the woman has the capacity to make that sacrifice. But when you're making the sacrifice, understand what you're sacrificing for. Which is why I said there should be a blueprint.
Is it worth
Are
it?
we going together? Are we going to grow?
Are we growing
What do you want to do
together?
to improve yourself? So that I know that if I'm making a sacrifice for you, I am doing this because you will change your life and become a better person in the next few.
Say that the only covenant that protects you as a woman is if your dowry has been paid.
Yes, so
As long as you are not married,
Can I say
excuse me, as long as you are not married, whatever you are doing is relationship.
Exactly.
And anything can happen.
God
And that
bless
is why
you.
God instituted that covenant to protect the man and the woman.
Yinka, do
So
you
if
agree?
it's not
Yeah. Let me
there,
let you come
forget
in here.
about everything we are saying right now. She can choose to do whatever she wants. Nobody has paid her bride price.
All right, Yinka,
Okay.
Refuse to let them pay.
so
the man has been asking.
okay, so I would say that they weren't married before. If you as a woman would give birth to 2 children for a man you're not married to,
You must love
That ain't so.
you must love him.
I don't believe that.
Now, you weren't first to have those children. You wanted to have those children. You loved the man. You had the first one. You went back for a second one. That means you loved that guy.
But yes,
and
you
that
were
was why you went
protected.
for it. Now, in where she was coming from, I think it's the norm there that most of them have children before marriage. And some of them are lucky to eventually do the whole traditional thing, and some end up don't even doing it at all. It's the norm there. Now, because she's been able to move to another level, it's expected that that right has to be done. And then from the story the guy said, they said the mom said,
you know, you guys have not answered my
and she has
question.
refused. Now, why has she refused? It's either she has fallen out of love.
Yes, they've grown apart.
Yes,
Okay.
That's what I
That's
think.
where, because I'll come to you now. If they have fallen out, if she has fallen out of love, why doesn't she
Kick him out
of that relationship?
Society.
Societal pressure.
Or it could even be communication problem.
Yeah.
Maybe they actually still love each other,
Right.
but then because she's so busy now, and then they really have time to talk.
I don't believe
It's
in that
love,
love.
eh?
I don't believe in that love.
Yeah, I agree with what everybody's saying here, but I think that Jumoke as a person has lost hope in the man.
Wow.
Now, that's number one. Number two.
You're speaking for her.
No, because from the look of things and from we women, sometimes when your partner has not paid your bride price, I can tell you I can tell you categorically that at the point when I first had my first child, with my present partner, right, there was a pressure that was on me from my family members saying that the pregnancy was planned, but the question is he has not done white marriage or there's a certification, legal marriage. It was only the traditional marriage. And there are times that what you people don't know today, and maybe we know we are not willing to share publicly, is that when you have misunderstanding with the man, sometimes the man will tell you that, oh, anyway, I've not married you legally.
Before.
I can carry any other wife. Sometimes those things affect women. At the end of the day, when you're not in a place where there's an opportunity for you to do well as a person, as an individual, or in your career, it's now difficult for you to now bend and say, oh, you want to listen to whatever the guy is saying, because the guy never treated you well in the first place.
May I quickly say that I don't see anything love in that, because the fact is she had a child, she was living with her mother.
Yes.
Where was the guy?
Where was the
So
guy?
you don't have a child, like I have a friend now whose husband has run away from home. She has 3 kids, and you tell me tomorrow if she blows or something happens, you come back and say there was love.
No.
That is not a definition of love. Right. So I do not believe that there's love in that. But I feel...
So that we don't end up just gisting around this thing. The point is, sometimes you see the handwriting on the wall. Immediately, Jumoke came into limelight. It was obvious that her life was going to change. A lot of times we see the handwriting between husband and wife, or even in relationship, that my partner is about to blow. You sit down, you are not upgrading yourself, you are not studying, you are not preparing yourself for the position you can see the future would happen. Over time, that distance would come because she has become a different person, and you are still the old person. We must all strive to keep upgrading ourselves so that when the time is right, you will not be seen as you're the one dragging me down.
Let me come to you, because this brings me to the issue of men having low self-esteem. Because there are some men, Yinka, that even in that situation, if it is pure water he's selling, he will be the best pure water seller because he has enough confidence in himself. It doesn't matter how far or how big the woman has blown. That little thing he's doing, he'll do it so well.
Yes.
He'll even use the opportunity that, oh, she's blowing, well, let me sell my pure water to your clients. So that goes back to how we train our boys. Because that man obviously has very low self-esteem. So we think that he's waiting for the woman's influence or connection to link him up with a job so he can be at that level. What do you think? Do you agree with that? And how do we help our men today to have the confidence they need?
Okay, so I don't agree with the fact that he was waiting for that big connection through her platform. I think that you should go all out to do what you have to do to provide for your family. Now, if you are together and you have to depend on every kobo she gets to bring in, it's normal to happen. So I think you should just strive hard. If like you said, if it's just pure water, go all out and do it. Be proud of what you have, and then just do it.
I'll take a call and I'll come take a tweet. Yakub, are you there?
Yeah, Mariah, good morning.
Good morning.
Good
back
morning
to back.
to everybody in the studio.
Good morning.
You see, I blame that guy. In the first instance, I listened to one of your co-hosts in the studio now, is that, does it mean that the guy married the lady legally? If does not marry the lady legally, why is he complaining? You marry a lady when she was never become anything, and then this lady in question is still with her mother, and then he has 2 children for you. Now the lady is broke. You are not complaining that he does not pay attention to you. You pay attention to yourself, upgrade yourself, do what you want to do in life, and then leave everything for God.
Thanks,
and then move on.
Thank you,
God bless you, sir.
Let's take a few
So
tweets.
he says, bride price, dowry or no dowry does not stop people from misbehaving. That is why you have bad husbands and bad wives. Barrister Natasha Akpoti says, I think there is no marriage between them, so she has the right to decide what is best for her future.
Let's not lie to ourselves, though. If she was your sister, Yinka, if your younger sister, and you're talking to her right now, they're not married. They got 2 kids. She's about on the verge of actually becoming a star model. What would you tell her to do?
Do you love this man? Yes? No? If you don't want to go
If
ahead.
the answer is no,
I think right now it's better you both part ways.
if it's yes,
Do the right
If
thing.
it is
which
yes,
is what? Which is what?
Get married. Make it official.
Moriah, if she's my younger sister and she says she's in love with her, I would prayerfully dislove the love.
Okay.
Because I realize that most of the time we use this love thing and
To
we
deceive ourselves.
We use it to realign our future into failure.
Bagan.
So if you desire a good future for yourself, you must choose and marry a good person that would help you get there. Because if you marry the wrong person, you will end up in a future you do not see yourself
What
going
if he
to.
wants to?
He already has
What
a
if he
good
wants to
light.
better himself? What if you give him a condition that before we get married, so you have to do something to make
People
me
don't change
realize
for marriage,
you
oh.
want
There
to?
would be a-
No, I mean, just try to upgrade yourself.
Yes.
If she was my
Your
younger sister,
sister,
that
yeah.
first belle that she had, without them coming to pay diary in your house, I would have beaten you seriously.
Okay.
You don't do that because you put yourself in a weak position. Even if
But you're a bread seller at the time.
And it doesn't matter. Don't we have bread sellers that have, that know what is good for them? It doesn't matter. So if you need to get pregnant for a man, make sure he puts a ring on that finger that protects you. Serious beating.
If she was my younger sister, first of all, I don't believe in both couples going their separate ways, especially when children are involved. Because at the end of the day, you find out that when both parties are not together, it's not easy for, we women can say, oh, we are stronger, we are this, we are that, we can train the children by ourselves, but we need a father figure. But it depends on the kind of father figure. It's another thing for you to provide for the children as a father. It's another thing for him to be present. So my question is, if the woman still believes that she can remedy the marriage, if there are no other circumstances involved,
There's
maybe
no
with the financial angle, or maybe battering and the likes and all of that, I think for the sake of the children, forget fame, because everything in life is seasonal. So I think you should look for how to go for counseling and resolve the old issues. If the man and the women are willing to change.
Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll try to focus on Yinka a bit. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So we have with us Yinka, Nnenna, friends. What have you been up to? What's going on with you? We know you got married.
Yeah.
You have a set of twin girls. Oh my goodness. So I'm such so beautiful.
So cute.
Are the pictures online? Did you post the pictures on Instagram?
Once in a while.
Yeah, we got to look at them. I'm sure they're so
Are you a
beautiful.
vampire? Because you don't age.
I'm telling you.
Are you Afghans?
Yeah, a little bit of it.
She has a few things out.
What's the secret?
Okay, let her answer one question now.
I just try.
How have you been? What have you been up to?
Okay, so it's been with Nnenna and friends, children, my passion. I derive joy, being with children. So it's been about 11 years now, working with children, and I'm happy.
You took a break for 5 years. I think it was because of marriage.
It wasn't for 5 years, basically. It was just for about a year or two.
Okay.
About 2 years, yes, childbirth.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
so I took a break and then I came back stronger.
Online, the celebrity couple were trending in the last couple of days. The husband was complaining that the wife is out there partying, not taking care of the daughter and all that. In your view, you've been out there. You're out. People know you. How did you manage that process of the fact that I have to be a mom, home, and balancing with the family and then work? How did you manage that?
Honestly, it's not an easy one. It's you have to be very, very. You have to use your head to do that. So I tend to carry my husband along on everything I do. So he's aware of my itineraries, and he even picks my outfit sometimes. So sometimes I go to work, and then my friends are saying, "Did your husband see you before coming out?" I say, "Yes, he picked it out. He picked this one outfit." He's like, "Is it not too short?" The young man likes it. Let's just leave it like that. So I think I just try to basically carry him along on everything I do. It's not like I'm stupid. But I just want him to see. So they say that it's not enough for you to say, you know what, when I went to the toilet, I cleaned up. You need to make them see that
you're
you
clean.
do. Husbands, they are babies, big babies. So you need to know how to just nurture them. So I think basically that's what I've been trying to do.
Still on the family front though, you took a 2-year break.
Yes.
And that was a huge sacrifice. What would you say made you do that? What would you say to the women out there that feel, I don't want to leave my career for my children, I'm never going to get back again, why should I do this? Why did you do it, and what are the benefits you accrue to that sacrifice you made?
Now, nothing compares to the joy of motherhood, really.
For you?
Now, so for me, being pregnant and the first time I held my children, my twins, I knew, no, I would do anything for these ones. So it was needed for me to take that break, and I had no choice. I knew the career was waiting for me. I would go back there, come out stronger, and then pick it up from where I stopped. But I knew.
Would you judge someone who doesn't believe in all of that? Now, someone who feels, I can't even take a break because I don't want to, stay. You like have a position in your company in the sense that nobody can play Nnenna and Friends for now. Do you understand? So you can always take a break and come back and the job is waiting for you. But these major actors that, do the movies, the
or even bankers,
cinemas,
become old.
and all of that, they don't see you for 1 year, 2 years, you're fading off the market. And so because of that fear, a lot of them don't want to take that break. Would you fault them for that?
No, I would not fault them for that.
Why?
Is what works for you. Like I said, for instance, even in marriage, what works for A might not work for B, might not work for C. So what worked for me would necessarily not work for B or C. So I would not judge you because I'm not aware of your situation.
Right.
So
Gotcha,
I try not to do that.
So,
Yes.
Nnenna, how most parents today shy away from sex education. How are you able to use your platform and your channel to create awareness in educating the children today, the kids, the teenagers on sex education?
Okay, so there's a program called Nnenna and Friends Live TV show now on Saturdays, and so it gives me an opportunity to talk to the children, so they get to phone in live because it's a live program, and so that way you can't rule that out. When we were growing up, our parents would never discuss such issues with us. I have a school. I'm a proprietress of a Montessori school, so I know what it takes to groom children. You need to ring it in their ears now. In school one day, a boy was doing some very, very funny things that I had to call the parents, and I'm like, Ma'am, your child did this and this in school. I don't know, what are you doing at home? You need to be very careful.
Right.
They are 3 years old, they are watching.
Wow.
So you need to let them know. So I try my possible best in school, on TV, to enlighten children, to educate them. Your private part is yours only.
Because you're in television, and that's the industry that we both share, one of the major issues we've had in TV is content for kids. We can't compare what we have in Nigeria to what we have abroad. People there's a huge dearth in that industry.
Yes.
You have a platform. People know you. You're like the kid star that people knew. What can you do, or what do you think you're going to do to help to bring the kids' content, the Nigerian African kids' content that is engaging, that can compete, and is also exportable?
Okay, so we at Nnenna and Friends are trying to do that already. For instance, the Saturday Live TV show will bring back the act of reading. Children really do not read. Yeah, and so most of them I'm sure they've not even heard one Ijapa story before that we heard. So on the Live TV show, I get to tell these stories, the tortoise and the dog, folk tales. So you get to share with these children. This is what makes us African, really. And that's what you cannot get over there. Right. So we are trying to bring that back, and that's what we're doing on Nnenna and Friends, to show them that being an African doesn't mean you don't have this upstairs. There's so many things in Africa that you don't know about, and we're trying to, let the children know.
Not to assume, when you started Nnenna and Friends, did you know that you were going to build a career in children? Or did the job happen on you and then you decided to follow through? How did that chemistry happen?
Okay, so I say this. I've always known I was going to do something for children, but what form it was going to take, I had no idea. So when I was much younger, my siblings, I would, really, really take care of my neighbors' children lovingly, and they all loved me. So when I played that role, Nnenna, and children fell in love with that character, I knew it was a sign for me. So when the opportunity came, I picked it up. And because I further loved children, I know I love these children, I went back to school to do administration and planning, education.
We have to run off.
So I went back
but
in there.
So the talk show is ongoing. Is there anything else you're looking forward to in the future?
Yes. So being a mother now, I'm deviating a little, still doing with children, but to moms now. So I know that when you become a mother, your attention is on your children. You really have time for yourself. You really have time to pamper yourself. So last year we started something called Nnenna Hangs Out with Moms. And we're having another one come March 31st at Shiva Center for moms only. No children, no daddies. Yes, daddies get to stay at home with the children.
Charge?
Yes, it's strictly by invitation and it's free.
You don't look like a mom.
All right, we have to run up. Fantastic, good.
Thank you.
It's nice to hang out with you on that day.
Thank you for
Thank you for
having me on
joining
the
us.
show.
That's all we can take on the show today. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Have a fabulous weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.
Go and vote.